What's up guys, today I'm Mandu and I'm bringing you a new video. So, we recently got some new players in the game, so I'm gonna go review these and then we're gonna go to Soccer Spirits Explained Part 3, which I had some time to get it up there because I was like a little bit confused between how am I going to explain stuff to you guys, like how are we gonna do it, and in the near future we are going to have more complex kind of explainings for when you guys get better at the game. So let's go to the dimension shop here, and we are going to see 5-star new players. So pretty much we have some good new player. I'm not sure, but a lot of people have been saying it's a good player, so let's just check it out real quick. Okay, so let's see guys. We have it's a defender. It's pretty much backline, so it should have some totems on its ass, pretty much, yeah, on its ass. So it have a first skill. It still decreases the target's reflex by 50% and steals 30% of the target's spirit. That's awesome. You can just pretty much start crowd controlling like your freaking target, which is a good thing. I think we have some Steelers who used to have the same kind of skill before, but I'm not sure. But I think this one have a very good bright future in Mono Thunder teams, or like maybe in Rainbow if you can fit it in there. It would be cool. So let's check the first passive, Side Plug. Decreases the incoming damage by 15% and increases the critical rate by 15% of the allies within the position. So, why is crit good for your backline? Crit is a very awesome totem for the backline because if you have these kind of strong penetrators that you put in backline like Kirill, for me I put Hooe back there, I like Hooe, I put Hooe back there with Gaffy, they're both not supposed to be in back. They're supposed to be in midline, but I put them back there for the heals and spirit supplying stuff. So that is a very awesome thing to do. So you can crit more when you're penetrating through the front line, which is a pretty awesome thing in my opinion, because my Hooe doesn't crit as much even though I have a crit stone on his ass. But I don't know why. The decreasing damage, everyone loves decreasing damage. This is an awesome thing to have in your backline. You always want to have the damage decrease totem in your backline. For me, I have the whirlwind dude called Magnus. He has a very nice damage decrease, which I like a lot, but it's against thunder and what is the other one? The Ardor, the fire, thunder and fire. You have damage decreased by 30% against thunder and fire players, which is awesome. The second passive, the Worms of Steel. The Worms of Steel, okay. Increases the penetration resistance by 5% and critical resistance by 10% of the allies within the position for 5 minutes with an action. Accumulates up to 3 times. So, pretty much, guys, whatever she does, blocks, steals, penetrate, whatever she does, she's going to increase your whole backline penetration resistance and critical resistance by 10%, which is an awesome thing. This is pretty much close to Silk's passive, but like a mini one. I think if she gets an EE, maybe she will have a much better one. But for now, I think it's pretty cool because when you evolve her, the passive is gonna evolve. So maybe 10% penetration resistance and 15% critical resistance, or maybe two of them will have 15%. I'm not pretty sure, but this is a very cool skill in my opinion. So mono thunder teams are going to have a very nice time using this one, especially with Raclet or Newt. Yeah, Newt, the new awesome EE Thunder goalkeeper. But I didn't get her because I already have Jean, I already have Angela, I already have Lucian, so I'm not going to need to get these kind of stuff, guys. So let's move on to the third passive. I'm not going to talk a lot about this because we have some strikers to explain about, and we have some other little stuff I want to give in the end, some tips for you guys so you can go on with the game and enjoy it better and better and don't feel like you're getting left out behind the people. So increases the action speed by 20% and the action bar always starts at 20% added to the action bar bonus given at the start of the match. Whoa, that's a pretty cool thing. So Pretty much action speed is always an awesome thing to have in your backline. You always want to start before the front line starts, because if you don't do that, there is a pretty big chance that you're gonna get fucked up by the strikers. But except if your goalkeeper have godly damage decrease and critical resistance, like Angela. Yes, because Angela is damage decrease god in this game. Everyone knows. So if you don't have Angela, you're running Mono Thunder, I would say that this is a very good thing for you. So you can steal from the the front players, you know. So like if the ball gets to the enemy's front line and you have her already having this action speed boost, and like it starts with 20% more action bar than the bonus bar she starts with, that means she is definitely going to move before the enemy's front line, which is awesome. So other than that, I think this card is a pretty awesome card, a pretty awesome player. I would definitely recommend it for Mono Thunder players and squishy backlines and stuff. You know, it's like if your backline is squishy as hell, all of your players get ass kicked, you know, at the first start of the game, and you got this card, never throw it out. This is a very awesome thing for you. It makes your backline solid by decreasing the incoming damage, and you have this penetration resistance, and you have this critical resistance, and fuck dude, my neighbors are assholes. Other than that, let's move on to the fuck you, stop it. Let's move on to the freaking slots. You know, the freaking Spirit Stone slots. So what I like about this one, okay, it's the endlessly burning matter. You know, I'm not sure if it's this one or if it's TP, but I think it's endlessly burning matter. You can put an endlessly burning matter on the red slot, which can decrease the enemy line critical resistance. Critical rate, and you can have like thunder, thunder reflex, and maybe a light speed, or like light how you say that, light penetration, light, you know, any light stone that can work for you. I would say light steel or speed would be good for her. On the prism slot, I would recommend you guys to get another reflex stone, because if you want to get that good steel, you need some reflex on her. You know, I would recommend that totally. But on the light slot, I would recommend actually a triple stone, because when she penetrates, she's gonna recover 100 HP. So this is an awesome thing, and that's of course after you max the stone out. So I would recommend this one to you guys. Oh shit. I have Jean. I like this so far. I like this. Let's check the skins. Pretty much. Oh, that's her evolve skin. Not much of a change, but I'm not sure. The EEs or the ultimate evolutions of the players are getting nice. Ernesto is getting an EE finally, guys, even though I don't have him. GG to everyone who got his EE. Carpula, I would definitely like an EE for that, but for me, I'm using some other stuff right now. So let's move on. Dude, my fucking neighbor, I swear to God, dude, this guy always gets me angry. I don't even have to start about talking about this dude. He's like just fixing cars all day and like just fucking with my videos each time I try to record. This is like the 7th time I try to do Soccer Spirit Explain Part 3, and then he fucks up and get into the system. I'm not going to stop. I have to freaking do it, okay? I need to deliver this kind of shit to you guys, okay? We need to talk about stuff. You guys will definitely get benefit from this. Let's go. Fuck this neighbor. I'm gonna say it a lot, so don't concentrate. So, we start with the most recommended striker in the whole game, William. Yes, William is a very famous striker because he is a famous striker, and now you're going to see why. I think I did this before in the last video, but dude, this guy is just, you know, I'm going to tell you, if you have this guy and you freaking feed him, you must be crazy, or you have already a better one, which is Vanchi. He can be much better than William. So mainly William is a very OP striker because his passives are OP, and his shooting skill is like all the other balanced strikers in the game. So the shoot increases attack power by 60% and critical rate by 60%. It's fire attack, advance, whatever, something, 3. With All Might, 2. That's his first passive. Increases critical damage by 100%, which is an awesome thing to have on your striker. Critical damage is always recommended. Recovers action by 30%, 35% with an attack, and recovers the HP by 40% first. By 40% first. So you would say that this guy would not die easily, because when he get penetrated or like stolen from, like, imagine like if he got 0 HP, you know, and then the stealer got to your midline and then got to your backline, you can just get the ball from your backline, return it to the front. He's already having some little bit of HP. He gets that pass on him. He shoots, he recovers 40%, and boom, he's like back to normal pretty much. A little bit, you could say. Passive 3, God of Fire, increases the attack power by 50% and critical rate by 50% with a shoot or steal. And that's also a nice passive. You need to have attack and critical rate a lot on your strikers. So, as we can see from here, if you max out all of his passives with his first attack, which is, you need to get him to 7-star and like have full SPU, you know, right there, that's the SPU. So you can see that he is going to have, when he uses a skill, okay, when he uses a skill, he is going to have pretty much when you use the skill, you are going to have 110 attack power and 110 critical rate because of God of Fire, and he's going to have 100 critical damage. That's except from the stuff you're gonna have on him from the freaking stones and buffs and shit like that. And the recovery action bar and stuff, if you have Metatron's Will on him, he's going to become a Bora, a total Bora. That is an even much worse nightmare. So after we got that freaking 7-star update, now all people are just throwing Metatron's Will on their strikers, especially William, because William have this action bar, refill. So he is going to be a bitch in PvP. He's going to be a total bitch because he can just shoot, he have like 95% attack bar, and then like he's gonna freaking steal again and shoot, or like maybe destroy your whole fucking backline. Like, shit can get crazy with this dude if you have like Metatron's Will on his ass. Oh god, I hate him. I don't like to play against like fucking asshole Williams. Especially the ones with Metatron's Will. I got a fight against a guy with William like that, and I got ass kicked so hard. Even though my gene is kind of good, he just needs protection of Mother Earth. Bummy. Whatever. Yeah. And it pops up there. I'm jelly as hell. Okay, so Bora. Bora used to be a normal striker like William, but then after the update, the utility update, she got an utility striking skill, which makes her like, dude, she is pretty much godly right now. Everyone likes her. And right now, if the 7-star update, like someone just go and put Metatron's Will on their Bora, she's going to always have a full attack bar when she shoots. Always. She's gonna get 2 turns instantly. No joke. Even though before Metatron's Wish she used to get like another turn, like so fast. So that's her first skill, you know, 25% critical rate, 25% critical damage, which is freaking awesome, you know. And then it accumulates 5 times, like 125% for critical rate, critical damage. Increase attack power by 40% and reflexes by 40%. Nice stuff. If you have like a striker, you can just put her like on 2 steel stones, and then like you can have Metatron's Will and like a crit stone or like crit damage stone on her, and then like you see her shine, because if you can steal, she's gonna be a Ravian, you know, a fire Ravian, and she hits pretty hard though. So you might not want to pass on Bora if you can get her, you know, and use her as your striker. I would definitely say she's a pretty OP starting striker. I would love to get one, but you know, come to us loves me. I have a Kieran, so I don't need her. Increases the critical rate by 50% with an attack. Pretty decent. So if you shoot or you attack, is gonna increase, because pretty much shooting is, it's not like the same as attacking, but it's pretty good thing. to have on your shoot, 50% more critical rate, which is awesome. Now, this passive is the freaking like, I'm not gonna even start talking about this passive. This passive is pretty OP, guys. So, pretty much, we have this freaking passive. It steals up to 25% of the action bar, 15% spirit, and 5% attack power from each enemy within the position with a shoot. I don't know how this much can accumulate, but like for all of these stats, you can only steal up to 80%. So pretty much, guys, you are going to have, let's see, you're going to have 25% action bar. Let's say 80 of each of these, okay? Let's say 80% action bar, 80% spirit, and 80% attack power, like after 5 shoots or something, which never happens with fucking Bora, because she can take you out in like 4 shots sometimes. Always. Yeah. Let's not talk about this humiliation shit in here. Whew. So, let's see. So you recover spirit by 80%, you recover action bar by 80%, and attack power by 80%. So let's see. That's like OP. Let's move on to the Spirit Stone slot. So, she can have Dragon's Bone on her. That's like, I think, one of the most famous builds in my opinion. Even, like, I'm not sure if a lot of people use it, but I think it would be pretty awesome if you use this build. You can have Dragon's Bone. You can have a crit stone on her, a red crit. You can have, in the Prism slot, you can have another crit stone. Because utility strikers are awesome if you can crit with them. But since she have that critical power, I would recommend to have a light dribble on her, and a red dribble and a red reflex. You know, I would recommend this. And you can have Dragon's Bone on her, would be an awesome thing to have in there if you can get that unique. So guys, that's like a total cancer striker right here. I would totally recommend her. So, her chains are not that much nice, except for the Yuri one, because a lot of people use Yuri. Aside from that, let's move on. Do we have any other Ardo striker? Yes, we have. And we have one or two. We have one. The Cancer. The Ardo Cancer. The Mini William. Char. Okay guys, so who doesn't love Char, and who would like to curse my neighbor? He is free to do that. So, increases attack power by 140% and critical rate by 50%. So, Char. Let's see you, Char. I love Char. I want Char. Everyone wants Char. Increases critical rate by 50% with an attack. Awesome. That's the first passive extreme. Increases the inflicted damage on the target by 20% for 10 minutes with an attack. Whoa. Pretty OP. But I think this one is the most OP skill that she have. Deals 50% additional damage to goalkeepers and increases the damage dealt to dark attribute players by 25%. So that's like, if you're going against a Zibori, you're just gonna, like, you know, have 75% increased damage on his ass, and he is going to go cry like a baby. Okay. Racism is real with her. She's all fire. She's like, no, only fire and nothing else, because I am freaking Char and I will always have fire on my ass. Yes, she will. So, I would recommend you guys, if you can get her to, if you can get her to 7-star, and you can reassign slots, I would say she would be pretty nice with a Dragon's Bone. A lot of people have been using Dragon's Bone on strikers, like strikers with Dragon Bone, even though the you see this one called Ohko, OHKO, which means pretty much you like a massive damage in one shot. That's like pretty much the explanation I got from my friends in the chat, and I'm trying to deliver the explanation to you guys. So pretty much, if you can get one of her slots to be green, and you can have that dragon bones on, that would be an awesome thing because she needs critical rate, so she can deal that awesome damage on the goalkeepers. I would recommend to have a fire crit, a fire dripple, and in the prisma slot, I would always recommend to have a light dripple. That's what I would like the most for my strikers because they can at least get that 100 HP when they're shooting, so like they just can't get out of the dead pretty much like with each shot they're doing or with each penetration they're doing, so I would recommend this always. I like these kind of builds because they're survival kind of ish. That's something new. Okay, moving on. Yes, and as you can see guys, I love whirlwind strikers. I love them. Yes. But I want this bitch. He's good. Okay, so moving on. We have Kieran. He's one of the most OP whirlwind strikers. Let's hear the voice. Yeah. I don't want to hear anymore, okay? Done. I would like to talk about his ace skill because it's pretty nice. Increases the attack power of Firewind attribute players by 45%. It's nice if you're like, you know, going into story mode and you want this extra attack power. If you're running a mono Whirlwind or you have a lot of Whirlwind players in your team, I would recommend to ace him. His shoot is most like the same as all the utility strikers. Moving on, we have his first passive. Increases the attack power and critical damage by 30% with the shoot. That's awesome. Attack power and critical damage, two stats that he can never say no to. This one is what he's famous for. It paralyzes enemy within the position for 2 minutes and decreases the reflexes by 30% with 100 chance with the shoot. I'm laughing because this guy is pretty ridiculous, guys. He is pretty ridiculous. Like, you just paralyze those motherfuckers, and then like you have two stealers in front, like you have Rudiel and Kiki, and then like you just steal, and you pass the ball to Kieran, and if he's fast enough, he can finish before that 20% and shoot another time, and paralyze, and shoot, and paralyze. So, if you have this kind of frontline, guys, like this dude is a beast. And I'm totally working on this. I'm just trying to get the Rudiel from the scoot. If I see her in there, I want to scoot her so bad because she works awesome. No, not awesomely. She works perfect with him in front. I would recommend Rudiel in front with him. And if you want to have a 4-man front, I would recommend Elaine or Milky to have, just, you know, to fuck up the goalkeeper even more. Moving on, increases critical rate by 20% and critical damage by 25% for 10 minutes within attack. Accumulates up to 3 times. So pretty much after 3 shots or 3 penetrations, you guys are going to have 60% critical rate and 75% critical damage on this dude. Okay. So this is like fucking OP, because if he shoot 5 times, he is going to have 125% attack power and 125% critical rate. Okay? And with this passive, he is going to have extra 60% critical rate and extra 75% critical damage. Oh my god. That's just... oh my god. Spirit Stones, he have some good stuff. Like, you can just go on, put your Dragon's Bone. Look, Kieran and Patrick and all the Whirlwind players, I would recommend the Dragon's Bone no matter what. If you can get that Dragon's Bone on them, just go and put it, because you have this critical rate, you have, I think, critical damage or attack power. I don't remember which stat he had, but Dragon's Bone is pretty OP, as I always say. So you go on and put that Dragon's Bone, and then you go on and put a green, whatchamacallit, I would say, I'm not sure, maybe you could have green dripple. Oh, you can have a green penetration on there. If you can have a green penetration on there, that would be awesome. The blue slot, you're going to have a blue receiving pass effect on the blue slot and on the prisma slot. So you can have that extra 30% crit rate on him, which would be awesome. Other than that, I would say he's a pretty awesome card. I would recommend it to anyone. If you have Black Tortoise as your goalkeeper, that would be so good. So guys, we are going to review one more striker, and then I am going to cut the video. And maybe we will upload part 4 to complete the strikers, because there's a lot of them, and like there is a lot of different builds that you can put on your striker. So I would recommend that this would be an awesome thing to do for the next part. For now, I would go to my pit trick. I'm not gonna go to the normal one. I'm gonna go to my pit trick, guys, so you can see I made a lot of progress on my pit trick. So you guys can just go and check her out real quick. I'm gonna change her with Kieran soon, so I'm not putting that much hopes on her. So she have some, you could say she is pretty good. I love my pit trick. This one, you're not gonna need action speed, max HP on her a lot, so I just leave that passive. I don't need it that much. So let's start first. Increases increases critical rate and critical damage by 60%. Awesome. Increases attack power and critical rate by 30%. That's the first passive. Second passive, if you max it out, increases action speed and max HP by 20% within the position. It's an awesome passive to have in frontline. I would recommend it if you like frontline squishy. But this one is the best. Always the last passive is the best. Increases attack power by 30% and penetration by 30% and critical damage by 15% with a shot. And that's Cancer. Not that much people use her, but if you can have Dragon's Bone on her, oh yes, that would be awesome. For me, I'm using Encompassing Soul because that's what I got. Why? I wanted like something good, you know, some good stone, like Dragon's Bone or something, but no, you get Encompassing Soul because it's troll to us. Increases the critical damage by 35% and the HP by 20% of the inflicted damage with a critical hit. Recovers 10% HP first, so you guys can say that's the 30% HP raw recovery on her. I would recommend her. She's a pretty awesome striker. About her chains. Yeah, you want to finish her chains. She have Rudiel, she have Sammy, she have Saramir. A lot of usable players in other teams in Galaxy, especially. I think you would see a lot of these. A lot of people like to use them. For me, if I had them, I would use them. I have only Sammy, so I just finished this chain real quick. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and see you guys later. Have a great day.